Dun, 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 dun. Dun. Xbox or Microsoft gaming revenue grows 44% year on year. Xbox hardware is down 42%. We knew they weren't doing well in their hardware. We've discussed hardware and Xbox hardware. I even feel like Xbox are trying to kill off their hardware business, although there is light in the horizon because they could be making an Xbox handheld. Let's get into the news and let's take a look at some numbers and see how Microsoft are doing with the Xbox brand. Let's get into it. Okay, hit like, subscribe, click the bell icon. Let's go. Before we get into it, though, go check the links down below in the video description. For $10 off your first Instacart order, go check out the C Probiotic that will improve your entire gut health, leading to health benefits across the entire body. A lot of cool little things and links that I've snuck into the video description. Go check them out. You might find something you like. But yeah, Microsoft gaming revenue grows 44% year on year. That is good. Xbox hardware down 42%. And I think a big part of this could be the Activision Blizzard acquisition, right? They've obviously got big juggernauts like Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, a lot of live service games that make a lot of money on microtransactions and DLC. I think the Activision Blizzard deal really saved Microsoft's tush, to be honest with you, because Bethesda's new game Starfield obviously never got a strong start, and a few other flops on Xbox's side, Halo Infinite, etc. It just wasn't looking good for Xbox. I think Activision Blizzard was like a last-ditch attempt to really shove some oomph behind the Xbox brand and obviously push Game Pass to be more successful. So Xbox content and services revenue grew 61% year on year. That's probably through the success of, like I said, DLC and a lot of the live service stuff, microtransactions from the Activision Blizzard deal, but also Game Pass and cloud streaming. More and more people are subscribing to Xbox Game Pass. People who aren't naturally gamers per se, but maybe have hand-held phones and they want to access games, AAA new releases on their phones from anywhere via the cloud streaming on Xbox Game Pass. They're able to do that now, and I think that's going to be something that grows and becomes a bigger part of Xbox as time goes on. And hardware, I think, is going to be less of a focus for Xbox as time goes on, which is kind of sad. But like I said, I'm holding out hope they're going to release a handheld. So let's take a look at some of the numbers here. So Microsoft announced its financial results for Q4 fiscal year 2024 related to the period between April and June 2024, including an update on its gaming business. Now, it's worth mentioning that, like for the past 2 quarters, the results presented today include the numbers for Activision Blizzard and King, as Microsoft completed the embattled $75.4 billion deal, which was nuts. The acquisition of the publisher last year, according to financial documents of the more personal computing business, which includes gaming segment of the company, gaming revenue grew to 44% year on year. 48% of that growth came from the Activision Blizzard. I was spot on. I was right. Activision Blizzard basically is the saving grace for Xbox this past year. Xbox content and services revenue grew 61% year on year, still slightly ahead of expectations. 58% of that growth was due to the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Stronger than expected performance of first-party content was partly offset by third-party content. Obviously, we've got Black Ops 6 coming this year. Later this year, it's going to be on Game Pass Day 1. Xbox really need to start pushing out big games and stop messing up. They've been stumbling over themselves, I feel like, with these acquisitions. They spent an insane fortune on buying a developer or a publisher. That publisher-developer releases a game, it flops, and then, you see the picture, right? Activision Blizzard seems to be the only developer-publisher that Microsoft have purchased that are putting out strong numbers and that are being successful. So hopefully that continues for Xbox, and hopefully Xbox can get on the right track. Below you can find the slide showing the specific net impact from the acquisition of Microsoft results. Specifically, Activision Blizzard brought in $1.69 billion in revenue, but resulted in an operating loss of $570 million due to $900 million in cost of revenue and $1.35 billion in operating expenses. So they brought in basically $1.69 billion in revenue and then spent about $1.35 billion in operating expenses. That is nuts. I mean, you consider the amount they spent on Activision Blizzard, these numbers just don't seem like a lot. It feels like it's going to take them decades to basically make any return on their investments in terms of buying all these things. Hopefully this doesn't result in more studio closures and more cost-saving measures, because why do you spend that much money on buying a publisher developer only to start closing down studios. It makes no sense to me. I hate when companies do that. I hate when big companies buy smaller companies that are kind of successful and then start shutting them down. It's like, what's the point? Why would you do that? What is the financial sense in that? It makes me so mad. So here's the slide that we're talking about. Let's zoom into it here. So net impact from Activision acquisition, fiscal year 24 Q4. So revenue, 1.68 billion. Purchase accounting adjustments, integration and transaction related costs. So that's 690 million. Cost of revenue, other cost of revenue, 210 million. And then cost of revenue in total after the operating costs and whatnot, or the purchase accounting adjustments, blah, 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 transaction related costs, 900 million. Gross margin, 7.78 billion. Okay. Purchase accounting, operating expenses. So basically, operating income, a loss of 570 million. Ugh. You know, Xbox, listen, I will turn your business around. Just give me, I'll work for you guys. I'll get Xbox in tip-top shape. I'll get you in the green again. I'll make you a profit for the low price of 50 million. I mean, come on. You're making a loss of 570 million. Hire me. I'll get everything on track for just a mere 50 million. Seems like a deal, right? PlayStation is here for you, Microsoft and Xbox. Anyhow. Oh God, sorry. My bad. Anyways, yeah, so there we go. So the Form 10K submitted by Microsoft also provides the results for the full fiscal year. Gaming revenue grew to $6 billion, 39% year-on-year driven, plus 39% year-on-year driven by growth in Xbox content services. Xbox content and services revenue grew 50% year-on-year. 44% of that comes from the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Xbox hardware revenue dropped by 13%. Due to the lower volume of consoles sold, they really need to do something out of the box for hardware. And for hardware to be successful, to have console sellers, you really need big games that can push that. And frankly, a lot of their games they've been releasing have been falling flat on their face. Let me know if you disagree or agree with that statement. Like I says, there's hope on the horizon if they can maybe get into the handheld market, because right now they're just not competing with PlayStation. They're not competing with PlayStation. PlayStation's putting out banger after banger of exclusive IP games like Spider-Man, like Wolverine on the horizon. You know, Horizon on the horizon, and then Horizon the video game. You know, the Spider-Man games, God of War, you name it, just Gran Turismo. It just goes on and on for PlayStation. Every unique IP PlayStation exclusive game is just really high quality, story driven, just perfection. Xbox are just not having that much success with their games. There's been a couple of games coming out from Xbox and they've just not been hitting the mark completely. They really need to do something strong. They need to wrangle their studios here and make AAA releases. Halo has so much potential. They fell flat on that, especially with the live service portion. They've got Gears of War coming out at some point. They really cannot bungle that. They really cannot. Hopefully we get a Fallout 3 remastered edition. I hope Xbox can turn things around. Obviously, their Xbox Game Showcase showed that they have a lot of promising things on the horizon. I'm excited for them, and like I said, if they can translate that into good games and maybe even a new form factor of hardware, like a handheld, something that PlayStation doesn't have at the moment, then I think that would be kind of cool. Let me know if you agree. If they can make an Xbox handheld that can run basically all the Xbox Series S games, as well as maybe Xbox 360 and original Xbox games, like complete backwards compatibility in a handheld and an Xbox handheld that can maybe run Windows on the side, that would be sick. It would. All right, don't tell me you disagree, because that would be sick. I mean, come on, it would be an Xbox Steam Deck. Who wouldn't want that, right? Anyhow, so enough of the rambling. So so Microsoft as a whole, quarterly revenue is 64.7 billion, up 15% year on year. Operating income was 27 billion, also up 15% over year on year. It's worth mentioning that Microsoft follows a different fiscal calendar from the April to March calendar used by most companies. Its fiscal year goes from July to June, so the period between April and June 2024 is classified as Q4. You can also enjoy more insight into Microsoft's gaming business in our article about the comments from CEO Satya Nadella and CFO Amy Hood made during the following conference call. And like I said, guys, listen, just patch me into the conference call. $50 million is all it's going to take for me to turn the Xbox around. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you're doing wrong, because I feel like you guys don't have any common sense when it comes to video games these days. Phil, no offense to Phil, I'll work with Phil. Just pay me $50 million. We'll make it happen. I'm sure Phil gets paid way more than that anyway. If you'd like to read more news on gaming industry, blah, blah, blah. Speaking of Activision Blizzard, a few days ago, we heard that the World of Warcraft development team formed a wall-to-wall union involving all departments. Ooh. I did hear there was some drama at Blizzard as far as like work conditions were concerned, so I'm not surprised they formed a union. Anyhow, thank you for watching this rambly, extremely insanely rambly video where I just spout off my opinions on the daily. Consider liking the video if it wasn't too informative for you. Let me know what you think of Xbox. Second of all, check the links down below as well for some cool links for discounts and stuff. Hit the bell icon so you get notified of new videos, and come join me on stream every now and again, because I stream games. I've been playing Gran Turismo 7 lately. I've been playing American Truck Simulator on PC lately. I play Call of Duty Warzone from time to time. I'm hoping to play more campaign and storyline games. I've got a big backlog of games. Please help encourage me by becoming a member and helping me stream more often, because I do enjoy streaming and catching up with you guys. And it's just shooting the crap, just talking about life in general and just seeing what everyone's up to. Anyways, also let me know if you have any TV recommendations, because I am looking for a new TV show. Let me know in the comments. Anyways, guys, love you. I appreciate you. I'm Blaze2K, and I'll see you hopefully soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, and enjoy the rest of your week. Peace out.